Really good. Now, at this point, I don't want you giving commands. You take what you can get. So if they sit when you stop, you mega praise them. You're praising them because of classical conditioning, and they're in a room with a bunch of other supposedly reactive dogs, but also they are sitting. So always think of differential classical conditioning. You can never train a dog without operantly conditioning and classically conditioning at the same time. If you're trying to teach a dog to heel or sit-stay, you're also classically conditioning. We interview the dog after class and say, how was the class? And they say, brilliant. I had so many treats, man. I feel like I'm going to vomit. It was fantastic. And how do you feel about your trainer? Love her. Love her. She gives me so many presents. Or what about this dog? How was class? I didn't like it. All they did was shout at me and jerk me. Well, how do you like your trainer, your owner? I don't really like them much here. They're okay at home, but you get it? The classical fallout from training. At the same time, when you're classically conditioning, whether or not you give your dog positive feedback depends on one thing and one thing only: is the stimulus present or absent? Well, this is where people run into problems, because they say, I don't want to praise my dog because he's reacting. So we have 3 levels. Now you can learn it. Okay? If the stimulus is present, you praise your dog. Reassure. If the stimulus is present and your dog's good, you mega praise. Got it? So you don't have to now restrain yourself from classically conditioning. Good. I mean, all these dogs are brilliant. This is really cool. I love this. Everyone across the room? Praise. Come on, we should hear it on the microphone. It was a good dog, good dog. Who's a good dog? Very good dog. Okay, and stop. Good. So mega praise here. We sat instantly when you stopped. And by the way, how did we train the dog to sit when you stop? All in unreward training. You walk round the block. Every 25 yards, you just stand still. You do nothing. I will guarantee you, eventually, after that dog, I mean, here's a typical Weimaraner Vizsla, for 5 minutes they will go, look at everything in the environment but you. Then eventually they go, huh? And they glance at you. You just say, good dog, when they glance up. Good dog, let's go. It's the first step. Next time, they have to look at you for a second before you say, good dog, let's go. Next time for 2 seconds. Now you got them. The third time, not only will they look up, and that gets a pain in the dog's neck, but they will sit. And you say, good dog, let's go. All right? The long wait is the first time you do it. But what you're doing is you're teaching them to respond to your body language. So now we walk, we slow down, the dog will look up at you. If you stop, the dog will sit. So that you do on the walk for preparation for this. Out there's loads of places you can go where there aren't dogs. So you practice for when there is a dog. Because I want the dog sitting, I want him looking at you, I want the leash loose. Look at this poodle. I mean, perfect poodle, isn't it nauseating? Yes. Good. And off we go again, across the room. And pay attention, we're not getting too much eyeballing here, so it's different from the other group. Okay? And stop. And you have dogs, number one, you have the eyeballers. What are the dogs which are eyeballing another dog? But then you have the eyeballed at. Some dogs are targets. They're attack bait. What makes them that way? 2 big things. One, do they have testicles? If you've got testicles, every dog's going to look at you, man. Number 2, I mean, if your dog has testicles. And number 2, if your dog's scared. If your dog is scared, it's attack bait. And that's why we have to give the dogs confidence, and the confidence comes from you. The confidence comes from you engaging your dog and the dog doing things with you. That gives the dog confidence. And if it has confidence, if a dog can do this, and do this, the odds are the attack won't come. It's a very strange stimulus to another dog, that the other dog's going, woo, 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 and your dog's looking at it, and you say, come here, puppy, and he goes, Very difficult to argue with the backside, and especially if it's wagging. And straight away that has a calming influence, well, first a non-plussing influence on this dog, like, what happened there? I was threatening him, and he turned his back. It says, I have a bigger mission than you, my owner. Okay, and that's so important when you have little dogs. You know, so here the smallest dog is the Boston. You want him looking at you. You want him looking at you, because that is going to defuse things from other dogs. Good. Now, don't be bemused by the tail wag. Okay, I don't believe that tail wag at all. I'm looking at the look. Okay, I'm not convinced by the look yet, but now we got the look again. And no tail wag, so just turn him backwards. Pop. And you could praise him. Good dog. There's a good dog. Good dog. Okay. Who else is having a look? Poodle couldn't give a damn. Your dog doesn't. Your dog doesn't. This is very good here. Now that's a different type of wag. You know that some wags are bad news, right? There's two bad news wags. Okay? So this is what we call high amplitude, high speed. You then get high speed, low amplitude. The terrier buzzsaw. He's going to explode any moment. You then get the high amplitude, low speed. The cat swish, the shepherd swish. This is not always good. Yeah, so I tell people, don't look at the rear end of the dog. It can be confusing. Look at the front end of the dog. That's the end that hurts, but it's got the eyes in, and you can see what we're looking at. And we look at someone else, we praise. Good. But now, if you notice this dog, we've moved this guy, and he's actually not eyeballing the dog. He's looking at something else. Why don't you go over here and see what he does? Just walk. I think you're right. No, I think you're right. Okay. So what I want you to do, since we were a little stressed at the beginning, you just hang out in this corner, sit down, watch it go on. But that's cool. It just so happened that this dog was in between me and the door. Okay, so that makes me feel good, because when we walked away, we didn't give this dog a glance. We go straight for the door. So now, no, we know we're a bit stressed, so you just chill and sit there. Let's just feel your dog and see how we're doing, eh? Yeah, not hot.
Just like, who are you?
All right, cool guys. Okay, across the room. This is good. Lots of praise. Come on, you should be deafening us with praise. This is wonderful. And stop. And wait for something good to happen. If the dog sits, praise it. If the dog looks at you, praise it. Okay? No need to give the command though here. I don't know what you said. What did you say?
Come.
Yeah, just wait till the dog does it.
Wow.
Yeah, they can be goosed, it doesn't matter. Just don't let him get to this dog over here, okay? Yeah. So again, your leash is a little long, considering you're only 5 feet from another dog. So I like the dogs looking at distractions, especially people, because it's meant to be reactive. So that's cool, let them do it. Then eventually the dog will look at you. We're doing a beagle impression now, going through a back. Good dog. You see, when it sits of its own accord and looks at you, you praise. And the reason is, I don't want you saying come and the dog doesn't do it. I don't want you saying sit and the dog doesn't do it, because that's going to change your affect. You're already, all the people in this room are like cats on a hop tin roof. A lot of them, or actually they look pretty chill, this group, yeah? Yeah, look pretty chill. Who's stressed with the dog? Anyone? Yeah? No, I'll stand behind you, give a little massage, all right? There we go, you stand there, it's okay. It's okay, it's all right, good owner, it's okay. Now you give your dog a little massage. Yeah, so it's very important that if you're a little bit stressed, you don't want to say, especially sit down or heel, because these commands have already become secondary punishers, because they're followed by a leash jerk or you getting frustrated or angry at the dog. That's It's one of the first things we found in obedience back in '82 when I went and representatively scored the people healing their dogs and wrote down what the owners did, what the dogs did. And what we found was if they say heel, it was followed on average by 2.7 leash jerks. And Jamie's mum said, why are they turning the command into a secondary punisher? So we don't want to say words like sitting down anyway at the moment till we know we're cool. But we're all pretty cool here, so let's just walk round. Praise, deafness with praise. Oh, he's a good dog, good dog. Oh, good dog, good dog. Okay. And stop and wait for the dog to do something you like. Good dog when they sit. Okay? And again, training opportunity about to happen here. We're just, I don't know what we're doing, sniffing, foraging for food. But eventually we'll realize where we are and sit and praise. Got it? Really, really important. You can do so much by just watching dogs and rewarding them when they get it right. So much. That's all we do in the Bad Dog Workshop in Japan. So that is something else, by the way. 42 little dogs. If I'm lucky, I'll have one Labrador, and all the rest of the dogs are miniature Dachshunds, Yorkies, and Chihuahuas. And they're snappy and yappy. And all I do is tell people, praise your dog if he does something good. Praise him if he looks at you, praise him if he sits, praise him if he stops yapping and snapping. Don't go for that. Loose leash. Again, stay still. Well, use your voice. Hey, knucklehead, good dog. Oh yes, a good dog. There's a good dog. And we tighten it. Oh, I can take that. There's a good dog. Good dog. Good dog. You don't want to reach down here. Whoa, just loose leash. Good dog. There we go. Come on, look at me. Look at me. Hello. That's better. There's a good dog. Thank you. Yes, I know. Oh, you want to go into sit? Good dog. There's a good dog. You look really dumb with your tongue out like that, It's okay, though. There you become. Steady, steady. Pull back gently. Release. Good dog. Good dog. There's a good dog. Pull back and release. Good dog. There's a good dog. You can't have that toy. Or do you want that toy? Let's say, may I have that toy, please? Whose toy is that?
Golden's toy out there.
The Gola. Who cares about Goldens? Yeah. Good dog. Oh, good dog. Well, it's going to make it all easy, isn't it? Where's your tug toy? In your pocket. Good. Okay. Hey. Thank you. Good dog. Okay, good dog. Off. Good dog. I said off. You want to take it? Take it. Good dog. Okay, go on. Pull. There's a good dog. Pull. And thank you. Good dog. So this is why I like tug toys with this. It will break through the rest of the environment. You've got to conquer everything else here. You've got to be more interesting. Well, that's the easy way to do it. Once you've taught tug, and once you've amped the tug toy up, remember that's not what it is, it's what it means. If the dog takes that toy, good stuff happens at home, on the couch for snuggles. Okay? Even you can chase me. Okay, you take the tug toy, I tap you on the head and go tag, I'm going to run away from you. You can chase me, or I'll chase you. Dogs love that. Take the tug toy, I'll let you off leash. Take the tug toy, I'll say, do you want to go for a car ride? Everything the dog likes, he has to take the tug toy. So now when you bring it out, classical conditioning. All right, let's do a couple more of those. Walk and stop and wait for the dog to look at you or sit and praise. Okay, off we go. Good dogs. Oh, good dogs. There's a good dog. Straight away. Out with the tug toy. On his nose. That, missed it. Okay, totally missed that opportunity there. And we let it slide from something excellent to something bad. Come here, pup. Hey. Come here. Come on. Good dog. Go on, get it. There's a good dog. Go on, get it. Good dog. There's a good dog. And watch again. Good dog. There's a good dog. Hey, Callie. Good dog. Okay. Now calm him down. Get him focused again. Okay. But what the dogs did there was unbelievable, and both of you should have praised, oh my God, good dog, come here and sit, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Okay? All right. And move again and stop. Undo your leash first. What have you done? Good. Look out. Short leash. Good. Hey! No. Stop it. Good dog. There's a good dog. It's okay. Good dog. All right. Good dog. And everyone stand still. Now, let's talk about that. Okay. Something stuck in my hair. Where you going? Stand still, please. Stand still, please. Yeah, you got to calm your dog down now, so don't keep taking step. Every time you take a step, you have a different dog. So let's make it easy on your dog. Let's come back to where you were when I said stand still. Okay, look at the room, okay? See any dogs around here? No, just one that's close. So keep him focusing on you. Right, Ian shouts at Callie. Am I an ogre or what? It stops the dog lunging. My voice. Okay, this is the only reason we let dog trainers buy the fighting DVD. Okay, it doesn't show the classical conditioning, it doesn't show all this, because the producer said you got 10 minutes, solve it. And they set it up the way they wanted it. I said, no, I don't want the stimulus dog in motion. I want the stimulus dog still, I want this dog in motion. You know? And anyway, whatever, and I picked the wrong dog as a stimulus dog. I didn't know they knew each other and they were worst enemies. The stimulus dog's owner is a fool and can't follow instructions. She has a metal leash and she's jerking the dog, amping it up. Too much of a stimulus. It's all going wrong. 10 minutes to do it, okay, I do it. So I make friends with the dog. Here's a treat, good boy, good boy, good boy. And then I just use my voice. The reason I let people see that, because I get flack from that. Like, oh my God, you shouted at the dog. Yeah? But it stopped him lunging, right? The timing was exquisite. And with my voice, I stopped him lunging. Now, if you look at him, though, I frightened him. You look at his little eyes. He comes back into heel position, looks up at me like this, like you shouted at me. And I said, yeah, I'm sorry. But now I'm going, good boy, there's a good dog, because he's sitting at heel. Okay? And afterwards, I repaired the damage. I borrowed the dog for a day. But we go back and film the dog later, running in fields, swimming in streams with a bunch of other dogs. We solved the problem. I don't like the fact I had to shout at a dog that I barely know, but it stopped the problem. Okay? I'd rather do it like this, where I give treats. There's a good dog. Okay. So we make lots of fun now, aren't we? You all right? We don't want to give kisses? Okay, you give me kisses. Because I'll probably have to tell you not to do that again, won't I? I know what you're going to do. Okay, we know this. So I'm going to love you to death now. And that's what you should be doing. Because you should have told him then, I don't want this. I don't care how you say it. I would give you suggestions. Don't say, you bad dog. You know? I would just say, that makes me so upset. And then feel it. Dog will sense your feeling that you are upset. And you'll get a reaction like, oh God, I'm sorry. And then you praise instantly. You never bear a grudge. You do understand that the feedback is bum, 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 bum. If you're good, good dog. Good, good dog. You're good, good dog. You're good, good dog. You do something I don't like, hey, quit it. That's all. It's okay to tell dogs it's not on. Imagine the problem we're dealing with here is not a dog that is lunging at another dog, on leash, safe, and with a muzzle on, safe. That ain't the problem. Imagine the problem is there's a child here, a 3-year-old child, who's got a screwdriver, and they're just going to stick it into an electrical outlet. What are you going to do, turn your back and do nothing? No, I would probably shout. I want to frighten that kid. So, don't you ever, no, don't do that. And now we've got to explain in words why not. Because if that's a boy child, the next thing they want to do is the same. How are you going to teach it? I know I did it with Jamie. This was really scary, a scary moment in my life. You know, I had a scotch on the table. I went, ooh, boy, that's hot. So Jamie says, can I have some? And he tried it, like sip, and went like this. And I lit a candle. I put my finger in it, went, ow, hot, hot, hot. And Jamie put his finger in the candle. Can you believe it? And he goes, ow, and he sort of looks at me like, you horrible parent. But you know what he did next? He put his finger in the candle again. And I'm thinking, is something wrong with him up here? I mean, I asked the question, how many times would a man pee on an electric fence? Once. How many times would you put your finger in a candle flame? Once. I said, Jamie, why'd you do that? He said, I wanted to see if it was still hot. I said, yes, it's always hot. It's always hot. And that is hotter. So hot. Jamie will just burn up. Trying to explain it. Because I'd gone round the house, child-proofing every single electrical outlet, every drawer. Mimi had taken Jamie out for the afternoon. He came back and just pulled out the thing out of the electric lights. Then he opened the drawer. Oh, look, the door won't open. Boom. And I thought, well, that was a waste of 4 hours. So we have to let the dogs know when we don't like it. Okay? But then let's let the dog know when we do like it. And I say, if you're going to use a reprimand, try and make it instructive. Later on, would say sit. So he knows, I don't want you to do that, I want you sitting. But it should be like a sit sandwich. The thinnest slice of sit filling you've ever seen with the fattest bread rewards. So it's reward, 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 reward. Then the dog learns, oh, you mean it's not the dogs that upsets you because you reward me all the time. It's when I lunge at the other dog. Uh-huh. And that's what we have to communicate. Okay? Alrighty, let's walk across the room again. For the rest of you, you've had nothing to complain about at all. It's all rewards and rewards and rewards. Good. And that's good. And watch him. Good boy. Praise him. Praise him. Praise him. Praise him. Good. Very good. Okay, and stand still. Now that was cool. He's just turning to look at the corgi. You got him in time. Good dog. So he passed about 5 feet from the corgi, and what he got was praise. Really good, really good. Love it. Okay. Let's now, I'll look at my little notes here, see what we're going to do next. Brilliant. I want more noise from you guys. You're very quiet. And if I were you, I'd be really happy. You know, very happy. I'm being serious. Okay, so what we'll do now is we've got some good sits and good attention with a bunch of the dogs. We're now going to assume we're back in touch. So we're going to give commands. We're going to practice come-fors. So we'll do it in situ. I want you to back your dog up. How do you back your dog up? How do you train a dog to back up on cue? Number 1, back up. Number 2, put a food treat. Well, you can do little shuffle steps. That works with some dogs. Or you can put the food treat from their nose into their brisket. So back up, come for, and sit. Back up. Let's try that. Come for and sit. Good. And then come for. It doesn't matter if they go crooked here. To stop them going crooked, of course, you would just tip a table over next to a wall so you have a channel to walk along. Okay? Good. It's good dog. Good dog, good dog, good dog, good dog. Come here, pup. Good dog. That is not a no jerk.
Okay.
He sniffed the dog really nicely. Okay? So we make sure we got a tight leash so he can't lunge on it, but that's good boy, then come to me and really get your reward, and then we cross ourselves.
All right.
Because that was a success. But I don't want him sniffing another dog to be associated with you saying, no, leave it. Leave it's okay. Off, don't touch. Or I like to say gentle. It's a better word than leave it. It's not an it, it's a Boston. So leave the Boston. Very nice. Okay, so back up and come forwards and sit. Excellent. You want to practice this in the kitchen, practice this on walks. Let's have the dog in front of you, please. Okay? The thing is, you see,
Just head back up that way.
well, let's teach them now. The point of it is, the stimulus is over there. You have to be looking at the stimulus to know what's happening. That dog could now be off leash and charging. You've got to be ready. You want to be looking at the stimulus. You want the dog looking at you. So turn your doggy round. Oi, Pupsky, just use your voice. Hey, brainless. Come here. Good dog. There's a good dog. And sit. Sit. Good dog. There's a good dog. Okay. Now let's try back. Come on, back. Back. Okay. Well, we go crooked and then come towards us again. Come here. Good dog. And sit. And do it again. So don't worry if the dogs go crooked backing up at the moment. Just get your control hand on the leash. Excellent. Very nice. So to practice this at home, we do it now. Put the treat under their muzzle. So get them to stand. And push it into the brisket. There we go. See? Look. Oh, look, we're walking backwards. Good Lord, what happened? Training a dog to back up is the most wonderful command because the dog's reflexive response is to come towards you. It's called a recall. Excellent. Let me try with your guide. You have a treat. Okay. Come here. Don't want to back up. No, you don't want to lie down. Oh, you silly thing. Okay, come on, back. There's a good dog. Back. Come on, back. Good dog. And back. So we're doing the crab walk back up. Go on. Good dog. Go on. Go again. Come here. And sit. Okay. All right. So again, you know, for being out on the street and meeting a dog, prior proper preparation. Your dog needs to know back up, he needs to know come for, he needs to know sit, stay, and look at me. You pretty much eliminated the problem right there. Let's try with your Boston. Back up, Boston. Let's try with food then. Everyone praise. Good dogs. There's good dogs. Okay. All right. Keep doing your come fours.
Back up. Good boy. Sit. Well done.
Good. All right, let's do our 2 concentric circles, shall we? So you can be in the middle. We'll do little dogs in the middle. So we'll take the corgi. We don't have another little dog, do we? I know. I'm going to call you guys little. So much for your self-esteem. So you're in a circle. You're walking counterclockwise, dog on the left. The rest of you are outer circle, clockwise, dog on the left. All right? Everyone walk round. And try and space yourself so you with the golden can slow down, because look, the poodle's got to speed up. It's good. And watch your dog's eyes. Good. That's a good dog. Hey. Back up, keep backing up. Come here, pup. Come here. Hey. Come here. Good dog. And sit again, quickly. Sit. And sit. And sit. Bodhi, sit. Thank you. There's a good dog. There's a good dog. Here we go.
Leave it.
Now, you don't want the dog going 6 feet on the end of the leash. That means you give him 6 feet of charging, because we're not paying attention. Okay? You know when these dogs are going to go. They will tell you. They will look at their target, off they go. Sometimes that process can be 15, 20 seconds. They look and stare, and the owners do nothing. Occasionally it's look and whoop, like this. So you've got to have your anchor hand on the leash. I lock the sensitive control hand too, so that dog's only going 2 feet. And when you walk, you probably want to waddle. And it's like this. If this dog went to the end of 6 feet and you're not ready for it, he can have you over. This dog could have everyone over in the room. But if you're like this, no. Okay? We can chep him. What we do is we can drop our sensitive control hand and do this, and it just stops them dead, which you may have to do sometimes because you've got to get the mechanical advantage. But I don't want them going out 6 feet. Your voice should have reacted quickly. Stop them. Okay? And if you want, I mean, I can do it. The dog will stop lunging and then look at me, then I'll praise. And that's what I do. You know, I don't want to shout at dogs, but I don't want them lunging and you doing nothing. That's the bad thing. So how are we going to explain to the dog we don't like it? Okay, let's walk round. Yeah, you think where you're going. You're inside. Well done. Yeah, good. Good. Very good. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Good dog. Very good.